Alright, Paula, let's go.
You heard of me? What have you heard?
I heard you're the devil.
I might be.
Ah, come on, fool.
Good, eh?
Holly here, giving my review of the new film by David Ayer. It is called The Tax Collector.
You guys look like a couple of monsters.
What the hell, man?
Yeah, but I'm at peace with that.
Son las 12 de la madrugada, mirándome en el espejo.
What's up, Johnny Cash? How about that time you gave me like 3 different STDs?
Are you kidding? She's kidding. She's kidding.
Tax Collector stars newcomer Bobby Soto as the lead character, Cynthia Carmona as his wife, George Lopez as his uncle, and of course Shia LaBeouf as Creeper, his enforcer partner. And now this film was written and directed by David Ayer. He wrote and directed, among many films, Netflix Bright, Suicide Squad, and End of Watch. Now the budget for this film was $30 million. As of August 10th, the movie has made collectively over $1 million just on VOD sales alone, and out in the theaters over $300,000, and it was rated the #1 movie of the weekend as far as box office draw. The story is about David and Creeper, 2 enforcers for the drug lord Wizard, who's very mysterious, and you see him in and out of the shadows throughout the film, in prison, making phone calls, and doing his drug dealings and stuff like that. We'll get to him later. So we jump in and catch the day in the life of these 2 enforcers as they go about Los Angeles. It really establishes right off the bat who these young guys are, even though they do have a young family. So let's back up, because right when the film starts, we jump into before David's day. We see what a strong family man he is and religious man he is, with the interactions that he has in the morning with his wife and with his children. We get that one of the daughters is going to have her quinceañera party the next day, and that everyone is pretty well off, he's pretty successful, and then we get into the story of him and his dark side, as far as him just being a stone cold killer if he has to be, an enforcer to collect money. So he's on the rise, and Creeper is pretty maniacal in the way that he just scares people that he has to collect money from. So that gets established, and we see that also we see during the day how he runs his operation. He runs the operation as far as people collecting actual money on motorcycles, notes and messages in the guise of candy bars that are sold on street corners, then the different gangs that he has to go and see throughout certain parts of Los Angeles. So that's pretty cool. We get that George Lopez's character, Uncle Luis, is higher above David, and that this is a family-run operation. So what I really dig right off the bat is that there's literally no exposition. We jump into the lives, the day of these characters, with really no explanation at all. But it makes for a dynamic and kind of different point of view and approach to this crime genre, which is kind of just really done a lot. So my hat's off to David Ayer on that tip. So more family dynamics are explored when Creeper's character wants to know why he wasn't invited to the quinceañera. Is he part of the family? Is he not? And eventually he's there. He does show up. But I like the little intricacies of these two guys going about their day and their relationship, because they did come up together. Now, they're short about 20,000, and there's this one gang that hasn't paid up yet. So they do a last-minute drive-through to this restaurant where this gang is situated at, and there we get to see the new enemy, Conejo, from Mexico. He comes up saying, "Look, everything's about to change. Everything's gonna be done differently. I'm taking care of you. I'm taking care of you people. All you got to do is turn your back on Wizard and kiss my ring," in a sense. And of course, David poo-poos it, and they go about their merry way. Speed up to the quinceañera, which is really the next day. Conejo's right-hand woman, who's like the stone cold killer, shows up at the end of the party, saying, "You need to come, as your uncle and Conejo are in a meeting and they want you there." And he can't believe that this character showed up to the party. So him and Creeper jump in, and they go in what they think is a meeting with the George Lopez character, with the uncle, and with Conejo at this nightclub. There's a new reality. There's a new reality now to David's character, to his family, and it then kind of kicks into high gear as far as Conejo's the enemy. David and Creeper are the ones that have to kind of restake their claim. So there is a big scramble to try to get Conejo taken out. And as they're actually meeting with some of the other drug lord heads at David's shop, Conejo comes out with these killer looking assassins out of this van, and they just shoot everything up. They take everyone down. I don't want to give more away, but at that point, David's on the run, and he's got really nowhere to turn. Let me back up in the story. What I find one of the most compelling scenes is the scene in which David and his wife are in bed the night before. And David is kind of searching for some meaning, he's a little lost, and he asks, "Why did you fall in love with me? What did you see in me?" And it's such a good scene because she does love him, but she did say that she initially wanted him to hire him to do a hit, and then fell in love with him after the fact. And this breaks his heart because he's saying that my whole life, everyone has always wanted something from me. At the end of the day, it comes down to David going up against Conejo and just really kind of just risking it all to save what he's got left of his business and of his family. So, because there is a lot of loss. And I don't want to give away the ending. You know, and there's a lot I kind of skipped over. I will say, as a drug, crime drama, it more than serves its purpose. It's great escapism. It's shot beautifully. It looks amazing. There are elements of the film that remind me of different other crime movies. I think the introduction of Conejo and really trying to extend the hand to go into business with him and under him reminded me of Solozzo in the first Godfather, and him trying to connect with the sons of Vito Corleone. There was a little bit of a familiarity that I think worked, because the Conejo character is so dynamic. We've seen this before, and David Ayer kind of uses that as a template to tell it for the first time by an all Chicano cast and family. So that was really, really refreshing. That was really cool. We know what we're getting ourselves into with this type of film. This is not a film for the lighted heart. This is bloody and violent. I did think the story lacked originality, especially towards the end. There was even a connection to David's training as a jiu-jitsu practitioner, where in the final fight with Conejo, he recalls in his mind the lessons in jiu-jitsu. Now, I'm a black belt in jiu-jitsu, so I really appreciated the attempt, and I wanted it to be clearer. I needed maybe the sensei of David's character to actually have a more established scene, more of an established lesson that comes back later. I didn't get that, so there was very little payoff. It was almost like, why was that thrown in there at the last minute? So it seemed a little hasty to me. Clearly, Bobby Soto is a star. This lead actor who played David has got the charisma, the charm, the acting chops to play and to carry a film. He was great to watch. Very vulnerable, and then also, you know, very thuggish. I actually thought Shai's character as Creeper was wonderful. Not enough screen time to really care for him. I love what he had created, his exteriors, the interiors of what he was doing as an actor. I was totally into it. I totally bought it. And I really, watching a Shai performance is always a roller coaster. I do give the film at the end of the day a strong C+. I did feel it treaded on a lot of gangster territory that we've seen in a lot of films. There are some really authentic moments and quite a few inauthentic moments. That being said, it was a lot of fun, great for the genre, great escapism, and my hat's off to the cast and crew. Clearly, with the early success of this film, escapism is in much needed demand. So, I would love to get your thoughts and comments after you see the film. Please come on back, let us know what you thought. How did you feel the portrayal of these characters? Were they too stereotypical? Were they stereotypes that served the purpose within the genre of the film? And did you have fun? Because at the end of the day, it's a fun movie. Alright, if you like this review and other videos on the channel, please hit the like, please subscribe, and tell your people about us. We're going to keep growing, keep on being here for you guys, and always keep your slant question. Awesome.
Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. The slant. The slant.